What if the animals crossing your path aren't just chance encounters? What if those moments, when a bird lingers outside your window or a spider spins a web where you least expect it, aren't random, but deeply intentional? Have you ever felt that a creature's presence carried a message too personal to dismiss, too meaningful to explain? Throughout history, animals have appeared as spiritual symbols across cultures and continents, from the totemic beliefs of indigenous nations to the sacred bestiaries of the ancient East. In times of personal upheaval or awakening, certain animals seem to manifest repeatedly, showing up in ways that are both subtle and profound. But these moments are not simply poetic. They are profound expressions of your internal transformation mirrored in the natural world. When your consciousness begins to shift, your external reality becomes a mirror, and nature, always listening, always speaking in silence, sends messengers. These animals appear not for decoration but for guidance. What follows is a journey through 5 animals that often appear during a spiritual awakening, creatures whose symbolism is supported by centuries of cultural wisdom, myth, and modern psychology. Their presence is never random, it's alignment in motion. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and join our Telegram community, where you'll get early access to new videos and powerful insights on personal and spiritual growth. Now let's get started. 1. The butterfly, transformation in motion. Few creatures embody metamorphosis more completely than the butterfly. From the ancient Greeks, who associated butterflies with the soul, psyche, to Native American traditions that see them as carriers of transformation, the butterfly has long been understood as a sign of rebirth and inner awakening. When butterflies begin appearing frequently, especially during emotional turbulence or personal change, they carry a message: the old self is dissolving. The butterfly's transformation from caterpillar to chrysalis to winged being mirrors the spiritual path. But what many overlook is that this transformation involves complete disintegration. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar literally breaks down into imaginal cells, a state of near death before rebirth. Psychologists like Carl Jung described individuation, the process of becoming your true self, as a kind of death and rebirth. It's painful, uncertain, and yet essential. The butterfly appears when you're shedding identities that no longer serve you, whether it's a role, a relationship, or a belief system. Its beauty is not just aesthetic. It's a quiet invitation to emerge fully from the cocoon of your former life. So if the butterfly keeps fluttering into your awareness, ask yourself, what are you clinging to that no longer supports who you're becoming? The answer might reveal the next messenger. 2. The ant, rebuilding from the roots. In contrast to the butterfly's ethereal presence, the ant is grounded, unassuming, and persistent. But this humble creature is one of nature's most remarkable architects. Across various indigenous traditions, particularly in South America and West Africa, the ant represents patience, order, and collective purpose. When ants show up during a spiritual awakening, especially indoors or in places of personal significance, they signal a call to rebuild your foundation. They remind you that spiritual elevation is only sustainable when your physical and emotional structures are aligned. Chaos in your external life often mirrors inner disorganization. Biologist E.O. Wilson once called ants superorganisms due to their astonishing ability to operate as one unified entity. Spiritually, this represents the importance of community and shared purpose. Seeing ants is often a wake-up call to simplify your life, to ground your routines, and to acknowledge where you're carrying too much alone. Are you building something new in your life without proper structure? The ant asks you to slow down, clarify your vision, and take deliberate steps. The spiritual journey doesn't always begin with fire and insight. It often begins with order, humility, and doing the work no one sees. 3. The bird, messages from above. Birds have always been considered messengers between worlds. From ancient Egypt, where the Ba soul was depicted as a bird with a human head, to the Bible, where doves signify peace and divine revelation, birds hold a unique place in the spiritual imagination. When a bird appears and captures your attention, especially through behavior that breaks routine, like tapping on a window or singing at significant emotional moments, it's often a sign from the higher realms. In Jungian psychology, birds can symbolize transcendence, the rising above unconscious patterns, or the delivery of insight from the collective unconscious. Different birds carry different energies. Crows and ravens often symbolize transformation and shadow work. Doves appear during emotional healing. Hummingbirds, according to South American mythology, bring joy and are seen as messengers of sweetness during sorrow. If birds have been showing up in moments of doubt or grief, they may be offering not comfort, but orientation, pointing you toward the next direction your spirit needs to fly. The question is, are you paying attention? Or are you too absorbed in the noise of daily life to hear their message? 4. The spider, the pattern revealer. In nearly every culture, from West African folklore, Anansi the spider, the weaver of stories, to Native American myths, Grandmother Spider, the creator of the world, the spider is a symbol of creation, intuition, and intricate destiny. Unlike more active messengers, the spider appears quietly, on your ceiling, in the mirror, in dreams. Its message is not loud but profound. You are weaving something, whether consciously or unconsciously. The web you build is the accumulation of every thought, decision, habit, and unresolved emotion. Neuroscience confirms that the brain is constantly building neural pathways based on repetition. Spiritually, this suggests that you are always spinning a web of patterns, beliefs, outcomes. When the spider appears, especially during times of recurring problems or emotional stagnation, it calls you to examine the patterns you've normalized. Are you repeating cycles that are keeping you small? Are you crafting your reality with intention or reacting to pain? The spider doesn't force transformation. It offers a mirror. One man once described spiders showing up repeatedly in his life until he realized he was stuck in the same self-sabotaging dynamic in every relationship. When he broke the pattern, the spiders disappeared. The spider's lesson is both empowering and daunting. You are the weaver of your fate. What you choose to thread today becomes your world tomorrow. Before we reveal the final animal, if this message is helping you see your path more clearly, consider sharing it with someone who might be walking through their own awakening. And if you'd like to support more content like this, grounded, mindful, and soul-focused, you can click the thanks button below. Your support truly helps us keep creating messages that matter. Now let's continue. 5. The frog, purification and emotional renewal. The frog lives between realms. Amphibious by nature, it moves between water and land, symbolizing transition, emotional clearing, and rebirth. In shamanic cultures, frogs are often associated with cleansing rituals and the release of toxic emotional baggage. Even in Chinese symbolism, the frog represents good fortune that follows internal harmony. If a frog appears, especially in unexpected places or after emotionally charged moments, it is a spiritual summons. The message: your inner waters, your emotional body need cleansing. Trauma, grief, and unspoken truths often lodge in the body. Somatic psychologists like Bessel van der Kolk have shown how unprocessed emotion becomes physical and spiritual weight. The frog doesn't arrive with answers. It brings discomfort. It brings confrontation. It may surface after the metaphorical rain. Once a breakdown has passed and you're standing in the stillness, not knowing what comes next. And in that moment, its leap signals release. This is your invitation to purge what no longer serves you, through ritual, through tears, through radical honesty. The frog teaches that surrender is not giving up. It's clearing the path for the real you to emerge. Only after the purge can the path become visible. Each of these animals, the butterfly, the ant, the bird, the spider, the frog, are not myths or metaphors alone. Their appearances in your life are ancient signals, coded messages from your subconscious, from spirit, from the natural world that surrounds you. The butterfly awakens your transformation. The ant demands you build a stable life to hold your new soul. The bird reminds you of the voice of the divine. The spider mirrors your patterns, and the frog clears the pain you've hidden from yourself. Together, they are not signs, they are initiations. When all five appear across a season of your life, you are in the midst of something sacred, an awakening, a realignment, a return to your truest self. This moment was never about coincidence. It was about readiness. Are you ready to see the signs for what they are? Are you ready to stop walking through life numb to your own evolution? Comment below. The universe is speaking. I'm finally listening. Let that be your declaration to yourself and to the world. And subscribe to Mental Dose if you haven't already, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a message like this. This may be the video that changes your life, but only if you let it. The signs are speaking and you are listening. Let this be your awakening. See you in the next video.